You ever wonder why we cling to piles of stuff that we never use? Let's take a look at the wild world of storage units and unpack the real reasons why we can't let go of our junk. Now, everywhere you look, there's more and more storage units that are being built everywhere in the nation. Have you noticed this? And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. 65% of the people who rent storage units keep them for more than a year, even though it's not what they initially planned. They said they were going to use them just for a few months. So it's not just about lack of space at the home. Here are the 6 other reasons. Number 1, the first reason is sentimental attachment. Now, most people don't rent storage units because they need the extra space. They do it because they just can't let go. Old toys, worn out clothes, inherited furniture, they hold on to memories, and getting rid of them can be really tough for many people. So what do? They pay extra cash for this space and just hold on to things that they never use. Here's the problem. Storage costs keep going up year after year, and nostalgia doesn't pay the rent. The reality is most will probably stay in that unit and cost you money year after year. And you're going to be paying for something that you think you might need someday. Number 2, this is quite similar to the first reason, but it's the just-in-case mentality. Now, many people hold on to broken cars and appliances and all sorts of things, even random household items, just thinking they might need it someday just in case. Now, you just can't afford to keep everything just in case because the problem just gets worse when people decide to downsize. Now, I've got other videos about that here on this channel, but the truth is, if something hasn't been used in the past year, chances are it's rarely going to be used again. So if you're facing a downsizing, you have to shift your mindset from what if I need this someday to what do I use? You want to make sure that every item has an actual purpose. Number 3, procrastination and avoidance. Now, people often think that storage units are a temporary solution. You know, they're moving or they're going through a major life change, so they're putting their stuff in storage. But a few months turn into a few years and they still pay for it. And they keep saying, I'll sort through it later. But then time takes a hold. So eventually people put their stuff in storage and forget about it. And it's no longer sitting there. It's harder to get rid of it and deal with it. So they just keep paying these monthly fees, thousands of dollars down the drain for junk that they probably won't ever use or look at again. Now, storage units can be useful. Now, some companies need a place to keep their inventory. And for those kind of businesses, storage units, they actually make sense. But storage industry has essentially believes that your stuff has value and that you should keep paying for it even though you don't use it. So they're betting that you won't want to part with your belongings even if it means paying month after month and years. And that's exactly why more storage units get built every single year. It's the problem that lies within, because many people think that valuable stuff is just clutter, and then you're paying to hold on to it. And many times this stuff just isn't worth the cost of storage, but replacing it would cost even more. So it's a tricky situation, and that's one of the reasons why so many people find themselves trapped into a storage unit cycle. Number 4 is family guilt and inheritance. Now, a lot of people, they keep stuff that they inherit, not because they need it, but because they feel guilty getting rid of it. Old furniture, boxes, belongings that just sit there taking up space. Now, this can be a big problem, especially when it's time to sell that family home. And all that stuff makes the selling process so much slower since you're sorting through the years and years of things that haven't been touched. It's okay to keep a few things, but don't let the guilt make you keep everything. This was their life. So now it's time to pass it on to someone else who can actually enjoy it. So if you're selling a house, decluttering first makes everything easier and much faster. Everywhere you look, more storage units are being built everywhere in the nation. Are you seeing this? Number 5 is estimating space needs. Now, at home, clutter can be easy to ignore. Just a few boxes in the attic, in the garage. You can't even put a car in there. And maybe some stuff in the basement, and it doesn't seem like that much. But then you pack it all up and you put it in a storage unit. And that's when most people realize that they need a bigger unit or even a second one. And once that cycle starts, the costs keep on growing. Now, this is a common problem when people downsize because they think they'll only need storage for a few things. And then moving day gets closer and they start adding more and more stuff into the unit, and they just can't part with that extra furniture, the holiday decorations or sentimental items. And this is how you end up paying for long-term storage that you never planned to. And if you're considering renting a storage unit, take an inventory before you pack everything up. Take a look at what's worth keeping in your new home and what's not worth keeping if you have to store it. Be realistic about how much space you're actually going to need, because once you rent that unit, you're probably going to be adding to it. Now, storage units, they come in all shapes and sizes, but there's one thing that they all have in common. They can become a forgotten graveyard for your excess stuff. So that leads us to number 6, the false sense of value. Now, people hold on to their old furniture, collectibles, and stuff thinking that it's going to be worth a lot someday, right? But the truth is, most of that stuff doesn't add up in value if you combine the cost of the storage, it actually outweighs the actual increase in value if it actually happens at all. So when you try to sell, you might find out that nobody wants it, or the offers are way lower than expected. Now, people buy stupid things. It's true, I've done it myself. However, most items lose value over time. Unless it's a super rare and high demand item, currently high demand, then it could possibly go up in value. But more than likely, it's depreciating or not appreciating at all. So before you pay to store something, check out the market. If it's not in demand, probably won't be worth much later on either. And storing stuff, you know what that is? Money. Now the thing is, storage units can be useful, and it really depends upon the actual situation. Spending 70 or 100 or 200 bucks a month might make sense in the short term, but you really don't want to let this turn into a year-long expense. Now you can try splitting up the cost of storage between friends or roommates, and just think about it. If one person's paying $100, if you get 4 or 5 people each pitching in 20 bucks, it makes it a lot more affordable. I just want to say thanks again for joining me on this deep dive into storage units and our American obsession with holding on to junk. So what's the weirdest thing that you've stashed away? Do you have a storage area? How long have you actually had it? I've had a storage area. I've had multiples. I've gotten rid of them. And right now I can say I do have a garage, but I can actually get a car in it. So go ahead and drop comments below and let me know what's going on with you. My real estate team has been helping people for the last 20 years, and I just want you to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. We have over 1,400 super helpful videos here on this channel. So go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.